Hi guys. So 4 days ago I was driving back. I was driving at night, you know, in my BMW, and well, I dropped the top and then I go on a full throttle, and then all of a sudden the dashboard came out, ding, and following that the car was shaking. So what I want to talk today is what happened there. So when the screen, the iDrive screen showed drivetrain malfunction, most people would have freaked out, right? And then the car was shaking. You'd be like, oh shit, what had just happened, right? So what did I do? Before I explain what went wrong, what did I do? I slowed down. Obviously the car is still shaking a bit, and I roll into a petrol station, switch off the car, wait for about 10 minutes, and then I open the door and close the door. You can lock and unlock if you liked. That would actually reset the computer. Okay, so my suspicion that time when it indicates drivetrain malfunction and the car was shaking is either one of the what do you call it? Is either one of the spark plugs are not firing correctly, or one of the coil packs. Now, we all know spark plugs, right? Spark plugs is the thing that sparks fire and allows the combustion chamber to basically blow up, to combust. Okay, and when you're going fast, they're firing at a very, very fast rate. Okay, now what allows the spark plug to fire is what we call a coil pack. The coil pack will be basically sending electricity to spark it, right? So either one of the is either the coil pack or the spark plug, you know. And normally what would happen in a BMW is this. If this happened to your car, okay, do know this. Your car has a lot of sensors, and I can tell you all these sensors are there to help you. Okay, so the car detected wrong timing. That means the firing, which happens at a very, very rapid pace, one of it is firing at a wrong timing. So what the car does is, to further protect your engine, it will immediately cut off the fuel supply and the power supply to that cylinder. So at that time, that cylinder that the car detected where misfiring happened, the car will shut it down, and then that cylinder will just move along, followed by the others. Okay, so that was what the computer decided to protect the engine. And because of the firing that is no longer equal, the car sort of, you know, there is a bit of shake. So after the reset that I did, I'm basically telling the car, ignore the previous thing that you sense and operate as per normal. Okay, and of course by then I shouldn't rev up, you know, because at a higher pace of rapid firing, there is a higher chance of it to misfire again. So and then of course I drove home, and the following Monday I drove my car to basically our clubhouse, right? And then I drive slowly. I try to maintain a smooth pace without, you know, sudden acceleration. Nothing popped up. The car was super smooth, nothing. And then we drove in, and then they give it a check. Very easy, because with the sensors, the moment they plug the OBD port 2 in, they'll be able to tell which cylinder actually that misfiring happened. So it indicated cylinder number 3, and so be it. Then they opened it up, and then they found that the connection from the coil pack to the spark plugs are, I forgot what was it. Was it stuck or dirty or whatever? Basically something there wasn't right, so that it wasn't firing as it was supposed to be. Now, when it comes to maintenance of your car, do know that these two objects are considered wear and tear. In my dictionary, I consider them as wear and tear. So when you have one spark plug, do you just change that single spark plug? For me, no. I will change all 6. If you have a 4-cylinder car, it's 4. If you have a 6-cylinder car, it's 6. Provided you are some alpha twin spark or something like that. I don't know how that works. Anyway, so I decided to change all 6 spark plugs. And what about the coil packs? Well, if one goes wrong, that means the others might as well, because this car is already 6 years old. It's a 2012 640i. So I changed all 6. So you were thinking, wow, this is a BMW, it's a 6 Series, you know, the car shake, drivetrain malfunction. You know, for those of you who has never owned a Continental, you'll be thinking like, oh dear, this is gonna cost me 10,000, 15,000, 25,000, 60,000, 100,000. I mean, so one spark plug is about 70 plus ringgit, and one coil pack is 150 over ringgit. So the total bill came up to, you can do the maths, right? It's about 200-ish a piece, and the total bill is about 1,003 with labor in 1,300 ringgit plus, inclusive of labor. Yep, that's all it takes. The car is running smooth now. Alright, and some of you always ask me questions like this. What's the average cost of service for a BMW? You see, it's very simple. If you bought a BMW that is still under their warranty or service program, your service is free, right? If you bought a used BMW like me, which is out of the question, out of whatever dealer support there is, you have to find workshops outside and get it fixed. It's very simple. When you do a regular service, that means changing your oil filter, or if you like, your aircon filter, and then your engine oil, right? What else? Labor, maybe. That's it. Now, engine oil filter is about, I don't know the exact price, but it's also about 60-70 ringgit. Okay, if you just change the engine oil filter, this is 100% needed. Not your air filter might not be necessary, but you can change it. It's also less than 100 bucks. And then come the engine oil, right? So if you pick some local brand, you know, NASA or something, basically just on the budget, then your service charge is very cheap, right? If you bought some super high-end oil, like those Motul ester-based oil, you know, that costs upwards of more than 150 or 200 ringgit per liter, and then your service cost is expensive, right? BMW, by default, they come with Shell. It's either 5W40 or, you know, 5W30, and these oils, they cost about 300 ringgit for 4 liter, right? One bottle is about 300 over ringgit, and our cars might use up to 6 or 7 liters. If you have a 4-cylinder BMW, it use up less, right? You have a 6-cylinder, it use up more. So if you use up 5 liters or 4 liters, if you use up 4 liter, your service cost will be 300 plus the oil filter, which is 400 ringgit, and maybe the labor fee is 80 ringgit. It's about that, right? So if you drive a BMW 7 Series, but you buy the cheapest oil out there, and then you drive a Myvi, but you bought the most expensive engine oil out there, your service cost for your Myvi will be higher than your BMW, because at the end of the day, you're just paying for the oil. And oil filters, they don't differ much. One can be 30 ringgit, the other can be 70 ringgit. That's about it. That's it. Serious. Yeah. Alright. So, just some random chat. Alright, cheers guys. Oh, if you have any questions on YouTube, ask me. Or on Facebook, you guys always ask us questions by inboxing us and all that, right? from now onwards, we will be picking up all these questions and we will be answering you all one by one by video. Yes, we will be doing that. And for those of you, if you worry that if you subscribe my channel, you will always get bombarded with emails and all that, you have an option, right? If you like us, you want to support us, you can subscribe to us, myself or Con or Beng or Fadil. You can subscribe to our channel, and then it's up to you whether you want to click the bell or not. That bell indicates whether you want to receive an email update or an update through your smartphone natively. It's really up to you, okay? And of course, I shouldn't be telling you to click ads, right? It's against YouTube policy. But let me tell you this, the Mat Salehes, they are very kind. Yeah. If you skip the ads, then we don't get paid. Very simple. And skipping an ad takes one click. Clicking an ad takes one click as well. Cheers guys. Bye.